Thank you for watching Krosmatch Chat with me, Josh. I'm your host today, like I am every time. And today I have an awesome guest, great guy from the great state of Ohio, a kind of alright city, Cleveland, Kyle. How do you pronounce your last name?
Boehnlein. Think of Bane, like the villain.
Boehnlein.
That's the line after it.
Well, it's spelled a little different, but I like it. But now
Auf
anyone,
Deutsch, baby.
huh?
Auf Deutsch, baby.
Well, now anyone who hears or sees your name online, they won't have any excuse to not know your name
Oh,
is
sure will.
Baneline.
See, it's funny bringing up Bane. I was trying to come up with a joke the other day about how they talk about, he talks about the darkness. Well, since I'm the Bane from Cleveland, I was born in the cold. You merely adopted the cold. I'm from Cleveland. I didn't know what warmth was until I was a man.
that I mean I've been here since I was 8, so and I was born in New Jersey, so but I don't remember New Jersey because I moved away when I was 3, and
So
then
if I made fun of it, that's okay.
yeah, it's totally all right.
Oh man, because I was having a really hard time not just knocking on the Garden State.
I mean, yeah, that's all right. I mean, at least they don't have the Cleveland Steamer named after their city. So,
Uh, Excuse me, the city was named after the Cleveland Steamer. Get it straight.
oh, I'm sorry, my bad. I'm sorry.
Backwards.
It's the chicken. Which came first, the chicken or the egg, right?
Proto chicken.
uh,
Yeah. It's funny you talk about that because Cleveland was actually rated, maybe it was 6 years ago or so, but Cleveland was rated the second most miserable city in the country. And
oh,
the picture they used for that was one of our lighthouses on Lake Erie, just completely covered in ice. And the whole article just talked about how our sports teams suck. So, I mean, their rationalization was a complete failure. First place was some city out in, I think, Nevada, that it was so poverty stricken that graveyards were foreclosed on.
I'm surprised they didn't have like Flint, Michigan as number one or Detroit. You know, like cities that have filed for bankruptcy and like have had really hard times for a long time.
Yeah. Have you ever seen honest movie trailers?
No, I haven't.
Watch the one for RoboCop. It's got a good joke about Detroit.
I'll have to do that. I'll have to do that. Maybe I'll even I'll put a link for it on this uh, blog this time or a podcast or whatever you want to call it. This show.
Come on down. Oh, have you ever seen the hastily made Cleveland tourism video?
No.
Oh my god, it's hilarious.
I
It's at least we're not Detroit. We're not Detroit. It's really funny. A local comedian came up with it.
there are other comedians besides Drew Carey from Cleveland.
There are many comedians in every major city.
Oh, but that is true. It's almost more so of a dig against Cleveland again, but I don't know. I'm just being silly. Anyways, well, so first things first, before we do anything, are there any teams that you want me to run or anything you want to play specifically?
You can play whatever you want because I'm going to be using two concept teams I came up with. The first team is going to be Captain Amachna, Atomite Dragon, and Persidel because I figured, why the heck not? Usually I pair Persidel with Henual so he gets that critical 2 action points so he can do the double attack.
Yeah.
But now I figured if I used Captain Amachna and Atomai, he'd get an additional movement point and 2 action points. So his overall threat range goes up from a whopping 5 to a 6. Ooh, scary. But he'll be able, provided I don't have to use his jump spell, he'll be able to dish out some heavy damage.
All right.
And Adam and I can always switch back and forth between healer and action points. The other team is a gold farming team I came up with, which isn't all that different from what's the double critical guy's name?
Steve Fox.
Steve. Yeah. I came up with this team probably, I don't know, 4 or 5 days before I saw he had a post about a similar team using Grampy, but I decided to see if I could use King Nidus. Give him a chance.
That would be
Give
fun.
the worst character in the game a chance.
The worst character in the game?
He's a boss, and he just can't do anything.
I've heard a lot of Amalia, and not a whole lot of King Nidus as the worst Krosmaster in the game.
She's cheaper and can provide a benefit to the other Brotherhood of the Tofu. He's a boss and 4 stars. And he is, what do you call it? He's a boss and 4 stars. His primary attack costs 4. He has 6 action points. And his other special attack is just, I mean, he loses 3 gold to do 1 damage. Yeah, he loses 3 gold to do 1 damage at a range of 1 to 2, and the enemy gets -1. Sure, it costs 2 action points, but you lose 3 gold to do it. It's just not ever worth doing.
Right. The only time
his other is once per turn, where he can just collect 1 Kama from a cell of 4 away in a straight line. Now, that's not bad, it's just lackluster.
Well,
I mean, Nest Eggs is decent because he gets gold every time he uses it, but he can only do it once per turn without demonic rewards or Lou. But I'm not using Lou with him because, I mean, although he can heal himself, I need to be attacking an enemy, and if I'm attacking an enemy, that means I'm in range for them to attack me, generally.
Yeah, and at 12 hit points, it's a medium level health, but it's not super great. The only thing I do love about him is his Sacred Booty power, which each time he inflicts 1 or more damage to an enemy Krosmaster, he either gains a Kama if he has less Kama in his stock than the target Krosmaster, or he heals himself if he has as much or more. So it's kind of like even if you end up, say if you end up using the painful spell to target people, he'll gain back 1 Kama. So it sucks that it costs 2 Kama, but he'll gain back 1 Kama if he has less, or he'll heal himself in the process. I don't know. It's a toss up. I like the Queen of Thieves.
Oh, she's great.
So much more.
Yeah, she's fantastic.
Yeah. It's I don't think that if the name of the game is Kama collecting, she doesn't cost any Kama to do any of her stuff. So, and she can, like, her once a match bankruptcy is so awesome.
Yes it is.
-4. Oh, I'm sorry. No, you can't do anything that turn. -4 AP leaves someone like, say, Kitty Rage. She's like, oh, no damage done this turn, or like maybe just like 1 or 2 damage, nothing really to talk home about. And then -4 Kama, it's just ridiculous. And then not including how basically if she has less Kamas in her stock, then you're inflicting extra damage, which is not something that you can necessarily calculate. But being able to move 5 spaces as any character is ridiculous. So it's a win-win situation. There's no losing with Queen of Thieves.
Yep.
In comparison to King Nidus.
Yeah, that's why when you did that 4-star only characters, that's why I used her, because I mean, if I don't have as much gold as you, I do more damage. If I have more gold than you, I'm super mobile, which helps her get into excellent position to take gold away from you.
Yeah, just since many of you probably have no idea what he's talking about, or actually, unless it's only my friends who listen to this thing, so you might actually know about this. But I did a 4-point only tournament where you could only use 4-point characters, and it was a lot of fun because it's hard to think about which characters you can use or which characters will work best together, and how you can really use a lot of damage, or do a lot of damage. Well, cool. Well, how about you pick one of those teams and we'll play a match and talk a little bit about Krosmaster stuff. How does that sound?
I'm ready whenever you are.
Sweet. I'm gonna go ahead and play. I'm gonna play that Theo Master Joris team that I've been messing around with and kind of enjoying playing lately. And I'll go ahead and challenge you. Let me just.
AG. Nag.
All right. Looks like it's introduced me to Krolosium, which just came out. I don't want to enter Krolosium.
I wonder if that's going to affect our overall rankings. Not that I care that much. Oh no, it's totally separate rankings. Okay, yeah. If you click on your character's picture, you can see that they split it.
It's making me do stuff with it.
I think I got an okay setup for the 20 characters it gave me. It gave me Julith, Anatomy, Ferris, Molar, and Ralbach. So I got 2 staples, a new strong character, and Anatomy to move people around.
I got Grugel. I got Quentin Flush. I got a couple of the Rictus. Got Henuel, Percival. I got the Royal Gobble. Got an Iron, which is nice. I don't really have anything worth writing home about.
Well, if you combine Henuel with Percival, that'll give you strength. That'll give you some power there, and then. Honestly, Grugel Orgran's nice, but I only like using him with Persilax. I mean, you can use him with Darkness Knight, but... eh.
Alright, so I made it through that. If you don't know about this new thing, it's basically you're given 20 characters, and you can use those characters to create a team. It's fairly random, and then you play 4 matches... best out of 4 kind of thing, in like kind of like challenge max, so there's a lot of different options. There's some cool stuff that's coming out. You can also use the training feature, which is basically you can play against random people and not have it count against your overall rating or overall record. Yeah, just some good things coming up. Which, yeah. So I'm going to go ahead and challenge you. Got a little sidetrack there with the Krolosium, or however you want to pronounce it. And response sent, or awaiting response.
It's going to be Legend, wait for it, Dairy. Challenge accepted. I haven't watched that show in a while.
I love that show. It's probably my... Go ahead.
Did you see the final season?
I did. I'm not going to spoil anything for anyone who...
I've seen everything. But, yeah.
Huh?
I've seen everything. Oh, hey, look. It's winter outside and in Krosmaster.
Just an update for everyone, not Kyle and myself. It is snowy outside and cold. I don't mind it, though. Could be worse. But yeah, I don't know. I'm kind of... I don't care that it's winter. I don't mind it.
Only 3 characters. It's hard to maximize the gold I'm going to get on turn 1.
Yeah. It's a little easier for me to maximize that. But so no spoilers about How I Met Your Mother, and this is completely off Krosmaster topic, but I watched the final season, was a little thrown aback, and then I rewatched everything again and loved it.
See, I was satisfied with the final season. I don't understand everyone else's complaints.
I don't understand it either. All right. I don't know why I did that. I set it up so Kevin could do that, and was just a fool.
It was the other one.
Yep. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4. Jump. Not exactly fun.
I miss being able to use 2 6-star character teams. And I'm still kind of kicking myself because at the regionals at Gen Con last year, I could have used a Machna Qatar, which was my favorite team at the time, but I chose not to do it in honor of the upcoming rule change.
Right.
I probably would have done better if I did that because, I mean, with that team, I got my gold Termitot from Rich in literally 2 turns.
Right. Well,
But
I mean,
they did what they had to do.
yeah. Pretty much. Let's see what the Monarch Awards we got here. Nothing
Crap.
too
Good.
Nothing really that great. Celestial Wand. You won't be getting that because you can't collect enough comma. Gobblestet could be helpful. And Unicron Blood. So, I know everyone's crazy about the new base set. What are your thoughts on the new base set? Given that we've had a little bit of time to let it set in a little bit, do you think that it's going to be? It's really strong now, obviously with the old rules and old demonic rewards in place. But as far as when it comes to when the new demonic rewards come in place and maybe a slower game or a little bit more particular game, not as powerful, comes into play. What do you think that will be like?
When I looked at all the demonic rewards out there, I was a little disappointed at the lack of variety. Because they had basically the exact same demonic reward available, I think 4 times, or maybe it was more than that, but in a couple of them, as I was reading it, I was a little confused on how it was supposed to operate, because one of them said either it was like +1 to all possible damage, or +2 to something, or +2 to all possible damage. I didn't understand it. I'd have to go back and double check it, but it didn't make the most sense.
Well, I'm thinking what that might be is actually so that they have this new thing where you can basically alter your punch to do more damage or have a certain amount.
Yeah, but that's still neutral damage. This was legitimate spell damage.
Well, I'm thinking that it's actually going to end up affecting it to the point of doing color, like different elemental attacks. You're going to have elemental damage that happens because of it.
Who wasn't going to have enough gold to buy it? Not me, but I still couldn't get on the space. No.
I don't know if you wanted it, did you?
No. Ooh, hammer, my favorite. I have to admit, I was surprised at the demonic rewards they chose to keep. I thought they were going to keep Lostall, what do you call it? Lostall and whatever the other one was called.
Yeah, I thought they were going to do more with it. That's for sure.
Not popping crazy, Ron?
Nope. I'm
Why?
gonna do something crazier.
Oh, you jerk.
I'm sorry. I couldn't help myself.
Ooh, blind buy. Get something good?
Yep, I sure did.
Daggers?
How did you know? It really
So,
is.
no.
It is Dagros. So, good guess.
I don't know why I always get that right.
Call it your intuition.
My women's intuition?
Your women's intuition. You adopted it from your wife.
Yeah, we'll say that.
Yeah. That makes sense to me.
Alright, punk. Bring it. A little less, though. Bring it a little less.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to.
You didn't mean to crit?
No. Oh,
Ah, come on. Critting. No justice.
fair and balanced.
You know, it appears as if you only rolled one die instead of the 3 you're supposed, or the 2 you're supposed to. Crit, 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 and
What? What's he doing?
accidental
Nope, not accidental.
click. Oh, come on. One, two, three, four. Why would you do that?
Because I'm a mean person. I'm sorry.
No, you don't need to apologize. I shouldn't have advanced like that. Because I knew I was going to be in range to be attacked with what you could have done.
Yeah. Well, to be fair, you also didn't know Zeller's style was going to pop up.
Regardless of Zeller style, it was a relatively poor decision because you still only made 3 attacks. I mean, how many movement points did you use with Ian?
3.
I don't remember. Did you use all 3?
Yeah.
Yeah, so in that case, if you used all 3, you still would have been in line. You would have been blocking line of sight to a character who doesn't need line of sight. It wasn't relevant.
Yeah. True.
But I'm not thinking too hard about this, as you might have noticed.
Well, I mean, it's just a chill game.
Well, what I was going to do is I was going to give Gobbleset to Persidel and transfer Adamai over to the healing version, and then also give Enripsa style to my character, and then wreck your team, but that's not what happened, so... Let's see here.
I put a little bit of a kink in it.
maybe I'm going to buy Hammer.
You could.
Let's see how Hammer works out. Because I could do Hammer and Kick Slide. I mean, Kickmaster plus Hammer equals all of your 1-stars dead.
Yeah. I say do it. Potentially. I mean, so you Kick Slide. Disco slow.
I kind of want to do that just because I can.
Well,
let's do it.
Okay.
Everybody's favorite demonic ward. Activate this baby.
See, the tough part about playing against a 6 and 2 3s is that I am put in a situation where I can't really, like, with this team specifically, I won't be able to attack and do that amount of burst damage like I did before because I can't teleport in.
Yeah, I mean, you used it, that got you a kill, which gave you a really huge edge. See, how much gold do you have access to? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You have access to well over 10 gold.
Yeah, and if I doubles, that's game.
You have access to well over 10 gold, so if you get doubles, you can just buy me out, and that's the end of it.
Yeah. Which isn't as exciting, so maybe I won't do that. But, I mean, I could. We'll see.
I'm just trying to figure out, what can I do with Adamai to be a real stinker?
Well, yeah, I'm not sure. I'm trying to think about what his other form does.
Healing, nothing special.
Yeah. A little bit of healing for your main dude now. Well.
Here we go. Doubles and buyout.
Oh no, I misclicked. JK, LOL.
Damn you, internet!
No, I'm gonna at least make it fun. What kind of game would it be?
A standard tournament game.
What's that like?
Thirsty.
But I'm not thirsty. I just had a nice glass of water.
I don't use Theo enough, so I always forget what his range is. So if I left Adamai sitting there, you couldn't have touched him, but yeah, well, we're not thinking too hard about this. Ooh, Mishma Shovel.
It's fun.
So yeah, with the new base set coming out, it's going to be rather interesting because I don't know, those new demonic rewards completely change the game because there's going to be no more, oh, Stasis Crystal, I win.
Yeah.
But I am a little disappointed in the lack of variety of characters. But, who are we to decide?
The consumer! We are the massive consumer! Just kidding. No, we just play the game. That's all we do.
And we help Uncamo make millions of dollars.
Yep. Oh, look what revealed its ugly head. Why not?
Alright, Unicron blood. Does he have line of sight from there?
Yep.
Oh.
Easy way to think about it is that diagonal line. Come on, heads up. Oh. Oh. Oh.
Well, that's uncommon.
That is uncommon and
Or you get at least one.
not fair.
Well, he's gonna get killed by a hammer.
Yeah. With that in mind, I am not gonna take my dude over there. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4. Bam. Hammer and dead. Yeah, I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna go right here. Cause then I'm gonna play a little bit more, even more safe than that. All right. Are you gonna doubles it?
No.
Yeah, I think. I mean, so I don't know if I should talk about this on the stream because I know some people might be mad, but I ended up ordering a French copy of the game, and a lot of the reason why is because I really wanted it. No, because
really?
For the collector aspect of it, I'm really stoked to have. I like having French copies of this stuff. Like I enjoy a lot of French is kind of a cool language, and having like the pilot map coming with all these different languages was really really rad. Was definitely happy about that. As far as future releases, I'm not sure what it's going to be like as far as if they're going to do that again, but I really hope so, because different languages are really cool, in my opinion. But yeah, so... Oh!
Really?
Both of them got armor.
Really?
Let's see. Both
That's
of
some
them...
crap right there.
Well, I mean, to be fair, I did give one of them extra die for the turn, and it does not show you rolling critical, so wow. But yeah, so I ended up ordering a copy of that, so I was debating about actually goodbye Koa, doing an unboxing on a little stream or on a recording and going from there, but I don't know how I feel about that at this time, whether or not I want to do that. But as far as the 2.0 goes, I'm really really stoked to see about. It looks like they have different terrain and a different idea of things you can walk on, get extra range, but a little bit more of the buying is a little bit more awkward. But I'm pretty stoked about it. Yeah, I'm definitely not unhappy with it. As far as, I don't think so. We'll find out. Goodbye, Quentin.
Let's see, how many crits have I rolled so far? One that was meaningless.
Mm-hmm.
And another one that was meaningless. Well, okay, the Machna's crit wasn't meaningless, but I don't know.
Nice.
Just delaying the inevitable.
That's the dream.
Ah, heal yourself for 0, why don't you?
What are the odds of getting lightning?
Depends on how many demonic rewards are left.
Not enough.
I mean, there's 20 of each, so On player 2, turn 1, they have a 1 in 20 of getting, anything that, any of the perfect possible drops. Then on player 1, turn 2, that changes to, let's see here, because there's already 1 revealed, so that leaves 19 left, assuming there were no purchases, so it's 1 in 19 for the next one. I think that might be right. I'd have to double check my math.
Math is hard.
Not really.
I'm just
when you write it out, it's very simple.
It is. I mean, that's really the entire essence of this game. It all comes down to math.
Really enjoying them blinds, huh?
That's the name of the game, isn't it? Isn't the name of the game Blind?
Blind Master?
Blind Master.
Alright, let's get risky here.
Doubles it.
Doubles.
So, we also have an awesome thing coming up that you're probably going to go to, right? The Great Lakes Challenge. Are you going to make the number 2, round 2?
As long as the weather's not absolutely awful, yeah.
Well, considering I'm driving from Columbus, Ohio, and you're driving from Cleveland, I say that if I can make it, you can make it. Because you're like you're an hour away, and I'm like 2.5 hours away. At least that's my hope. That's my way of guilting you into doing it, maybe. There you go.
You're in phase, right?
Yep.
A lot of good that does me, especially since you're gonna immediately re-heal.
Yep.
But yeah, I shouldn't have picked up that gold, so I could have hit you for more.
Yep.
Oh well,
it's okay. Next time, maybe.
Oh no, he already has a weapon, so I can't give him Raziel's sword. No!
That's... I saw that and I was like, I'm not worried about Raziel's sword.
Adamai's just kind of run over here. He's not feeling too friendly right now.
That's a pretty fair thing to do.
He's feeling he feels hurt right now because he can't heal himself.
I don't know why I did that. Let's do that.
Kamehame! Ha! Have you seen any spoilers for what the season 3.5 and or 4? I really hope they just call it season 4, so there's no, screwery, as I'm going to call it.
I haven't. Not enough that were actually like advantageous to look at. Just figures, which is cool. I love the figures. But nothing really all that exciting. It'd be cool.
I'm curious how they're going to do the dual pack with Yop, Persidel, and Ogrist Enraged. I'm curious how they're going to screw that up.
Right.
Because there's no way they're going to have it done right. Because with the lore, Ogrist just... he has to be like level 12 with 36 life, crit, armor, lock, and dodge, resist all. He needs the absolute crazy everything.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know if we're gonna get that though.
Well, we will eventually.
Once we get so powerful, the Krosmaster will get so powerful that we can't help but do that.
Oh, sorry. No, I thought you meant just the dual attack, but no, there's no way he's going to be at level 6, and he's not going to live up to the story.
No,
because like he should have a range 1 to 15, no line of sight required attack that wherever he lands, everything within a range of 3 takes 3 damage.
Well, yeah. I mean, at least some of the other characters kind of live up to the story to a certain degree. Like specifically Gultard and Nox. It's actually reasonable what they do. But I don't know. Ever since my least favorite thing that has happened in with Krosmaster has been specifically the lack of there's no Sedita doll for the Sedita princess.
Yeah, that was pretty silly. They made Amalia very poorly. They need to remake her. I still think King Nidus is the worst.
Yeah.
But they made her very poorly. I mean, come on, a range 1 to 2 cross area effects, that was just poor. It should have been at least range 1 to 3.
Right. I agree. That's just my thought on it. But there are also other. I mean, you have. Oh, why didn't you? You didn't pop the healing. You didn't pop huh?
Well, I still have the vast majority of my life left.
True.
Alright, so, let's see here. 1, 2, 3... I don't see any scenario where Ayan can do 3 attacks. He could do 1 attack. Theo can target Amakna no more than 2 times, if I remember this correctly. No. Yeah.
I can do 2 times.
Theo could target him no more than 2 times. Because you have 7 action points. Walkthrough limit costs 4. Vampiric walkthroughs 1 per target. So that's no more than 2, unless you gave him a demonic ward to give it. No, yeah, you didn't have that. Joris, 1, 2, 3. He can't possibly get in range to hurt Amakna. And Kivin, oh, you used your walkthrough leak already?
I did.
So yeah, you have absolutely no chance of killing him on this turn.
I mean, I hope you're right.
I mean, let's say... Alright, you gave daggers to Theo, so... I shouldn't say there's no chance, it's just slim. Because to me, it makes sense for you to use Vampiric Wakfu, because that's Pierce Armor. That would drop you down to 5, which would let you do 2 more attacks with daggers, so that's a maximum of 6 damage from him, and then a maximum of 2 damage from Ayan, depending on whatever that demonic reward is. So, Metamorphosis. Alright, what's his heal range? Worthless! No, it's not worthless, but... Don't worry. You're about to kill him. Or not.
Oh.
You were supposed to take doubles.
Was I?
Yep.
I didn't know that. I didn't get that rule.
It's a common rule.
Oh, I'm sorry. My bad.
What? No daggers?
Doesn't matter a whole lot, but I wanted to heal myself and do the most damage I could. Just gonna come over here.
No!
Just in case.
You're
Yeah.
supposed to go after a Machina. No!
Goodbye, my lover.
Tell me if you can hear this through the Skype. Can you hear that?
I can hear some sort of rustling thing or something.
Can you hear the ham horn?
No.
Really?
No, not at all.
Tis a shame.
Tis a shame indeed.
You can't even hear the echo?
The what?
You can't hear the echo?
No.
Yeah, that's weird. Alright.
I can hear this though. Can you hear that?
Yeah.
So 2.0, Great Lakes Challenge. As far as Cleveland goes, what's the competitive environment like in Cleveland right now?
Just our local group of people. I keep getting more people. I keep teaching more people, and they're learning, and they're becoming highly addicted to it. Unfortunately, for whatever reason, our store owner, where we host our tournaments, the season 2-3 kit he was supposed to get, he didn't.
Oh no.
So I asked about it. I haven't got a response from whoever I spoke to. I'll check again, but so that's kind of hampering us. What we were doing is we took the 2 remaining Frygos prize kits we had, we merged them together, and we're making it last a little longer and charging less for the tournament so we can get more out of it.
Yeah.
So it's a win-win. Cheaper tournaments for us, more profit for the store owner, win-win. Everybody's happy. But with the free kit not being a part of that, that's a little bit of a disappointment because I know I have several people that still need Season 2-3 tokens, etc. I mean, myself personally, all I need is one more for Gyne, and I believe my wife and I have a full set of absolutely everything except Darkly Moon.
Wow. Well, I'm not gonna use this to spread out too much, but I do think that they should all come down to Columbus more. To try. I am trying to have a Sunday tournament in Columbus. I'm shooting for the first Sunday in March, if the space is free, but we'll have to see about that. There's no guarantee that the space will be free on that Sunday.
Was it at a pizza shop thing?
It's either going to be a pizza shop or it's going to be at the regular game shop, the Soldiery, that I'm at. So I'm torn on which one I want it to be, but it's really whichever one gets back to me and has space. The game shop's just easier. The parking is all really accessible and free, whereas it's metered parking downtown and lots. But I mean, Sunday it's free at a meter. So people coming from the country, or we have a group from West Virginia that would come, they wouldn't have as easy of a job parking in that environment than they would at the game store. And everyone knows where the game store is. Everyone's been to the game store. And the game store has tables that are put in such a manner that makes it easy for tabletop games like Krosmaster to be played, whereas we'd be playing in booths at the pizza shop or at high top tables, and neither of those are necessarily ideal, albeit fun and exciting to be in a place that's not a game shop. So it was great having you on here. Is there anything else that you wanted to talk about specifically as far as pertaining to Krosmaster in the world?
Oh, you didn't want to do another game?
Normally, I've been doing one game just to keep it kind of short with the for the listeners. Just because anything more than 45 minutes to an hour is a bit much for them. We can play a game afterwards, though.
I've already started the training thing to test out the AI, see how well or poorly they operate.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that's very good.
Is it actually training against AI, or is it training against other people, where it's just like a non-ranked match against other people?
I assume this is AI because their team isn't a full 12. So let's see, 3, 6, 9. They only have 10 stars on their team. That's weird.
I hope it's not a real person.
No, I'm confident it's just an AI because it says training against AI.
That makes sense. Well,
Yeah.
cool. Well, yeah. Is there anything else you'd like to say to the people listening out there, in case they're...
You only live once, so spend that time to doing things that makes you happy and the search for the green mushroom.
The green mushroom. I have not found it yet. I would say settle for a green dofus if you found one. An emerald dofus. I think you'll
Yeah,
have...
but the green mushroom brings you back to life if you die.
Yeah, I guess the emerald dofus just prolongs the suffering.
Yeah, I said that to what do you call it? The guy taking my money at a Wendy's, and he had no idea I was referencing Mario.
Did he think some special mushrooms?
I guess it was just it was hilarious. I'm like kids these days. He had to have been like 24 or something. I don't know. He looked like he was older, so
Well, he must have grown up in that, like playing that, or at least around the culture. I would hope. It's not exactly counterculture. It's pretty mainstream to be playing Nintendo products.
yeah.
Well, cool. Well, folks, remember, you only live once, and keep seeking out that green mushroom or emerald dofus, whichever one you find first. I'm sure it would help having the emerald dofus in your search for the green mushroom. But yeah. Well, Kyle, thank you so much for coming on and playing a match with me. I'm sure we'll be playing more matches in the future, but it was nice having you on. Talk a little bit, just kind of play a little bit of game, nothing too serious, nothing too crazy. Just have a little bit of fun.
Thank you for having me.
Most definitely. Well, folks, you guys have a great start to your week, and I hope to see you again soon. You've witnessed another episode of Krosmatch Chat with me, Josh. Be nice to each
And
other.
me, Kyle. And me.
And Kyle. Of course, Kyle. Featuring Kyle Boehnlein, right?
Yep.
Oh, I did it. Boehnlein. Kyle Boehnlein.
Kyle the Destroyer Boehnlein.
Kyle the Snag Destroyer, ruler of the North, protector of some sort of kind of peace, consumer of many green mushrooms, to live forever, Boehnlein. Don't put all of those on your tombstone though, because that would be a very large tombstone.
Oh, I wouldn't worry about it. I plan on having a pyramid instead.
I thought that's where we kept grain. And on that note, have a good day, folks.